It's happening, guys. It's episode 100. Let's do this. So here we are with some TEW2020 action. We're here with AEW Lightning, and we have that Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Championship match. I can't wait for it. Can Michael Nakazawa feature in a 90-rated matchup? It's a wee bit more doubtful. One of the competitors is carrying a minor injury, which may hurt the match rating a bit more. But still, it's going to mean a lot in terms of the storyline. So let's crack into it. This is this week's episode of AEW Lightning. So we are at the Simmons Bank Field at the Golden Lion Stadium, just under 14,000 fans in attendance. Hikaru Shida and Riho are in action, and they defeat Allison Kay and Killer Kelly in 12:57. That garnered a 47 rated matchup. Next up, we saw Chris Statlander defeat Zoe Lucas in 7:51. This drew a 47. Good rating there for Chris Statlander with the 50. We had freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy defeat Frankie Kazarian in 8:55 with a super kick. A 71, a very good 81 performance from Orange Cassidy. We had Jake Hager defeat QT Marshall in 7:53 with a red, white and blue Thunderbomb. This garnered a 65, which I'd still say is pretty respectable. QT's not the most over in the world, and him and Hager had a very good wild brawl. And the Motorcycle Machine Guns defeat the Hybrid 2 in 11:33 when Chris Sabin pinned Angelico with the Cradle Shock. So 61, not too bad there, and the two tag teams I have criminally under pushed. On to Lightning then. We start off with La Sombra Almas, Jon Moxley and Mick Foley. So to give you an idea where I'm going with this promo, we have La Sombra in the ring saying it's good to be in AEW. He's here to make a name, first off of Jon Moxley, and then become champion. Jon Moxley starts sorting down to the ring to be greeted by a lot of security guards, and this brings out Mick Foley. 90 rating. We'll carry on to the next segment to see why Mick Foley's there. So Mick Foley doesn't fire him from AEW per text, but what we're going to hear is Almas has a match up tonight, and Mick Foley wants to protect his major stars. He understands that Jon Moxley is frustrated and he will get his hands on Almas one day, but he is going to ask that Jon Moxley please leave the premises, or he will have to risk firing him from AEW. So Moxley obliges, unfortunately leaves, and you've got a smug La Sombra Almas in the background laughing as Moxley is huckled away by security. So 70 rated for that. A wee bit different in the opener. We started off with the Mixed Tag Team Championships in action. Of course, champions can perform in both brands, so we had a terrible matchup here as Anna Jay and Sir Brody Lee defeated Sadie Gibbs and Colt Cabana in 5:37 when Anna Jay pinned Sadie Gibbs. It was the first defence of the mixed tag titles for Anna Jay and Sir Brody Lee, and I must say a 71 is very good considering Sir Brody is working through an injury, but 91 performance from him. We got Anna Jay up to a 46, so she's getting there, and I would say a good performance there in defeat from Gibbs and Colt. And he's just got a promo just saying we're going to be here putting the Dark Order on both AEW brands. Any tandem that thinks they can come and take us, bring it on. 71. Then I had Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong go up to see Mick Foley, of course the Undisputed Honor tag team. Now you may remember they were confirmed as number one contenders for the tag titles, and they just say to Mick, well, why is this Fatal 4-Way tag match happening? Where's our title shot? Mick has confirmed that they will get their title shot down the line. They obviously weren't going to win this match up tonight. That's just what Cody and TK have decided, but Mick says they are that next shot. So whoever wins that matchup tonight in the main event will defend the tag team championships against Undisputed Honor, and we're going to make it right here on Lightning next week. Bang bang, as Mick Foley would say. So a 70 there, just I kind of forgot I'd already booked that before I decided of the great main event storyline match, so that will happen next week. One of the Acclaimed in action, Max Caster, Anthony Bone strapping some dropping some rhymes on the Undisputed Honor, because obviously they're going to be in action next. So the Acclaim versus Undisputed Honor. I'm not going to rap, I've just sat and watched a Max Caster this on 10. I don't need to try and compete with that. The matchup was terrible wrestling, non-existent crowd heat. We continue the rise of the Undisputed Honor as they beat the Acclaimed in 802 when Roderick Strong submitted Max Caster with a stronghold. 57 here, Killer Ray with the best performance. But Caster and Bones are certainly going places, that's for sure. But some more momentum for Undisputed Honor going forward. We then had some 8-woman action. And an abysmal matchup saw the team of Saraya, Lana Austin, Maki Itoh, and Yuka Sakazaki defeat the Fashion Empire, of course, Britt Mercedes, Chelsea and Diona, in 8:38 when Saraya pinned Chelsea with the Rib Cracker. So Saraya still rings out at 71. I don't want to go Saraya versus Mercedes right away, but obviously we're going to do it at one point. But 54 is good there. And it kind of has Mercedes questioning that she's got Toni Storm looking after her. She's got Chris Statlander who's chasing after her. Both obviously do that triple threat match. And now the likes of Saraya, Yuka and Maki Itoh are all in that kind of challenge as well. And I'm hoping in teaming with Saraya we can see maybe some pop gains for Lana, Maki and Yuka Sakazaki as well. We then had a superb matchup as Sammy Guevara defeated Brian Pillman Jr. in 750 with a 630. This was 71. I think this match would have been, we could have probably put this in about an 80, 85 if there was psychology and it was given length. I just wanted to see how Brian Pillman Jr. would really do against a top star like Sammy Guevara. Both men with a lack of psychology though. That hampers it. And of course the short matchup doesn't work either. But a good win there for Sammy. Keeps him with some good momentum. Then had Kenny Omega with Michael Nakazawa, and it's just them going over a game plan. You can just tell Nakazawa's a wee bit concerned, he's a bit scared, but Kenny Omega is just like, we'll sort this, just hide behind me and I'll make sure you don't get pinned. So a 59 there. Context, Nakazawa has 19 overness compared to Kenny in the high 80s. Rematch from last week as Chad Betts picks up another win over Matt Hardy, which was in 7:43 with Grand Amplitude. This was a 60. Again, just giving all the momentum in the world to Chad Betts. This leads to yet another Matt Hardy temper tantrum, just throwing things about the ring, which was a 52. We hear some music from the back and the Titantron, and out of nowhere, making his return to AEW following suspension, is Kenta. Kenta is back after his rehab stint. Obviously, we debuted him 9 months in game, which is crazy to think, but obviously he's off to rehab. He's back now, and he hits the GTS to Matt Hardy, which brings a 43. And if I'm right in saying, that puts us right in the main event, because they just cut straight to the main event, no promos. Not with this first, then with that program. I knew there was something else I'd added. And about the decent action from the crowd, terrible wrestling. La Sombra defeated Matt Sydal in 13:55 with a Brilliante driver. 61, but disappointed there. I thought these two would have clicked into something really good. But unfortunately, they made for an awkward bout and only delivered a 61. So a bit disappointed with that, but as it is, hopefully we can get things sorted going forward. And he cuts a promo on Moxley and just says, over time, it will be him and Moxley, and he will make a statement to AEW when he destroys Jon Moxley. So that's the 79 promo. Now it's the main event. Can Kenny Omega and Nakazawa avoid getting pinned? It's only an 82. Michael Nakazawa. How could you? So about that great wrestling and good heat, with the Lucha Brothers defeat Kenny Omega and Michael Nakazawa, the Young Bucks, and Proud and Powerful in 20:48 when Rey Fenix pinned Matt Jackson with a Meteora. This means that the Lucha Brothers are your new AEW World Tag Team Champions. As you can imagine, Nakazawa was the weak link. Pentagon, despite having an injury, still had a 98 performance. Give context, 95 and 90 for the Bucks, 98 and 100 for the Lucha Brothers, 81-82 for Santana and Ortiz, 94 for Kenny, 29 for Michael Nakazawa, who was off his game, so maybe could have pushed it into the 30s. But I'm still happy with it. The match went 20 minutes, so obviously a bit too long for Nakazawa. What was our negatives? Obviously Nakazawa being in for that amount of time. And his declining physical ability, and Pentagon working injured as well. But overall, the reality is, I thought it was time to take the titles off of Proud and Powerful. You get the title change on the 100 show, and we may see 3 of these 4 teams in that tag team showcase, match up down the line. Because that 4th team may be Undisputed Honor. We'll just need to wait and see. So we don't get the 90 rated match or the 100 rated match with Michael Nakazawa, just a 20 edge 92, which leads to us having an 83 overall and increasing our popularity in 32 regions. So that's fair enough. The promo was never 100 in the start. We gave a lot of other people opportunities, and when you look at it, only that opening promo and in the final match was over an 80. So we can still be having our head up high with the 32 rating. You get a title change on a 100 show, you get Kenta's return, and you get a title match as well with the Mixed Tag Team Championship. So overall, it works for me. I'm quite happy with it. And yeah, we will now head on to show 101. Or episode 101 at least anyway. So New Japan have taken Marty Scurll. By the time this goes live, I don't know what would have happened with Marty Scurll. Obviously he's been vanquished off the face of the earth rightly. And yeah, let's just see if that continues. Phoenix wins on a wall, which was for Best High Flyer. Chris Statlander signs her new contract. She gets a written one because she's going to be here long term. And we will finish up with Impact making an offer to the Luchasaurus. Samoa Joe has relocated to the Mid-Atlantic. Santana says that Britt is a natural talker. And a 3.08 TV rating. So that's it. 2 weeks to go now until AEW Respect. I'll go forward and book some Dynamite. Thank you for tuning in for it. Hope you appreciate. You don't need to appreciate anything. I appreciate you for being here. Hope you enjoyed it even. And cheers for watching. Good day. Good night. Bye bye. Ta ta. Hopefully see you for the next episode. Ciao da.